It's me again, Mary, and I'm sorry I haven't made any videos for I guess more than a month. But I just saw that there were comments already on one of the videos that I've made, and I plan in this video to answer one of them. I'll create a separate video for the other question, but first things first, thank you for everyone who had been um, finding the video helpful. I appreciate it. I appreciate sending in questions and engaging. So yeah, let me try to help you with a video. Sir David, thank you for reaching out. So now to proceed, uh, again, the question here. So you mentioned that you provide a software development service, and you mentioned that there are Fiverr freelancers who gave you lists containing top media, Yahoo, MarketWatch, Nasdaq, and the likes. Okay, so quick answer to your question: if they will help your company grow, SEO wise, textbook answer: Yahoo, there's not much question. It's almost like a household name. Everyone knows Yahoo. MarketWatch, people may not be familiar, but people in the entrepreneurs, NASDAQ, people who are in the finance, most likely they have heard this term one way or another. So, with that having said, textbook requirement, yes, because highly likely they have a very high DA. Traffic wise, they have a probably very high traffic. Now, if you haven't watched my video already, I have here what is a backlink and understanding backlink. This will help you understand more about how you would look at backlinks, how it's going to be relevant to your company, and see if you have the same niche and stuff like that. So you should be able to tell if after watching this if something would fit you. So that is the short answer. But again, just because it's the quick textbook answer doesn't mean it's going to be the only answer. So SEO is not a one size fits all. Again, SEO is more on about strategizing which are fit for your business. And that's the reason why Google has been constantly updating their algorithms, because the bottom line is that they just want to give the best value, best information that will be useful and helpful for audience. Okay, so now on to the answer where what if I'm the one doing the backlink? So again, Yahoo, MarketWatch, and Nasdaq, they're not really bad websites, as I mentioned to you. If you look at them, let me try to pull up a SEMrush report. This is the Nasdaq website, and I entered it on SEMrush. So as you'll notice here, okay, so Nasdaq, I'm going to select US. First glance, authority score is 80. Website traffic that you're getting is 6.2 million. It's in the US. When we try to check for the details, let's see the top organic keywords that you can find and see if they are relevant. So this website is all about finance and the likes. So they are related stocks, Nasdaq coin, and so you can see that this website really does have like one among the top major like websites there is out there in the finance. So by textbook, this website is good. Getting backlinks from here at first glance will be good for your business, just because number one, you mentioned you are a software development business. So that means in niche level, It may not be directly related to web development, may not be directly related to technology, but at the end of the day, you are a business. So, whichever topic you will have, there is a way for you to relate yourself to NASDAQ. Especially if you're, let's say, if you also have like an IPO, or it's listed in stocks. So, like there are a lot of ways to connect your business in any of the NASDAQ content. Okay. So that is textbook requirement. Now, if people from Fiverr has been sending you messages and offering a content or a backlink to you. So if I were you, this is what I would do first. I will send them a message. So let's say someone send you a message, hey, this is the list of websites that we have, that we can make a backlink for you. And I would reply something like this, like, hey, have you done backlinks for these sites? Or if it's already in the email, go ahead and reach out to them and ask them if they can send you a sample backlink that they've created and how much do they charge for it. So what are we trying to achieve here? Number one, when they said that they can create a backlink, so unless they are a writer or someone who's already like creating content inside the website, like they are somehow um, able to post an actual blog inside nasdaq.com. I'm guessing that if it's a legitimate like writer that's putting in blogs in this website, then it might be very pricey. So if they offer you like $50 or something lower than that, then you have to keep an eye if they're just going to do something sketchy with the like how they will link to the nasdaq.com domain. Okay. So that's why we want to see what are the sample backlinks that they've created. So we could know what they actually look like. Sometimes, I'm not sure if that's the actual word, like masking. They point out to a different link that just looks like the nasdaq.com, but technically they're not exactly under like the nasdaq admin like under the blog content. Okay. So, okay, so yeah, that's the first thing that I want you to get. Get a sample backlink that they've created. Now, once they sent you a link, this is what I want you to do. Go to the NASDAQ website or whichever website they are saying that they created a backlink for, and look at their blog. So, for example, I'm going to select here one of their editor picks, and you can see here that this is how their actual blog looks like. There is an ad showing up at the top. You'll see the ads here. Check their link if it's legitimate. Like for example here, let me just copy the link here. So this is the link, what it looks like. They are under NASDAQ, under articles, and then this is the link to the actual blog. So keep an eye and see if the links that you have are similar, and then check the actual blog. Now, once you get to the actual blog, you'll have the writer, date when it was published, and the content. If you notice here, there are a bunch of links here already. So this is what I'm trying to say. It might be good in first glance that you have a backlink from NASDAQ, but we have something this called link juice. And imagine out of one blog, how many links are being squeezed out of this one blog. So you have one, two, three, four, five, six, and it's just in one paragraph. You have about six already. So imagine paying for something and getting as much as like just a bit of link juice for the whole blog. And there are quite a lot in this page. So you see here. So there's a bunch of them. So right now, if I'm going to pay an insane amount of like it at first glance, um, I don't think I'll give them a chance and let me know. But if this is how they create their blogs, it might not be that much useful in terms of getting link juice if there are a bunch of you trying to get links from here. So, number one, in terms of link juice, this is not like a really good offer because there's a bunch of you trying to um, get the juice out of the Nasdaq SEO. Okay. Now, secondly, what I want you to check is so I'm assuming that you already got a sample page from them, right? Now, and you see if okay, they seem to be legit. They have the same like format. It looks like we will get an actual like written content from an actual writer. Now, I want you to make sure that if you agree with them, tell them or ask them, can you confirm um, we will have a do follow link? So, how do you check for that? I'm here on the page, right click and select view page source. And there are two ways to check. It's either you just select Control F and then type um, no do follow or no follow. So I'm going to say I'm just going to type no follow here and see if yeah, here. So you can see here this link INTC has a um no follow attribute. So that means Nasdaq isn't even allowing you to share the link juice with them. So it's more like I'm going to tell Google like, hey, I'm linking this company on our blog, but we're not really vouching for them. So whatever service they offer or whatever business they are, we don't want to associate ourselves with them. So, but yeah, they have useful information, so we could link it to their resources. So um by textbook, a no follow attribute really doesn't like it does affect like the amount like the money that you paid for ideally would always have a do follow. So if they're going to say like there's a no follow attribute in there, that's how they interpreted your business. Like we can link to your site, but we don't want to be attributed to your business at all. So imagine if someone is applying for a job at your company and someone recommends a worker like, hey, I know someone who's looking for a job, but I haven't really worked with them, so I don't know exactly how they perform, but they said they're doing this, so I'm going to recommend it to you, but I'm not attributing myself to them. So if they've done a bad job, like I'm out, like I'm not signing up for that. So that's how like imagine like how Google kind of interprets or um trusts this or interprets if someone has a no follow. So it does have impact just because it is mentioned on the Nasdaq website, but in terms of um getting you like a trust score, imagine in Google, it's not very reliable if you have a no follow attribute. So what I'm just trying to say is if you're going to pay for something and if the price is going to be high, then at least make sure that you're getting value for your money and make sure that you have a do follow on your link. So if so it's either you could just they just remove this or it's a do follow. So if it's a no follow, then um For me, for so again, for diversification, I mentioned again on the other video I have on what are backlinks. We kind of add no follow on our backlink profile because it makes your business legitimate. I mean, imagine a business that only have 100, like they have 100 reviews and all of them are 5.0. Imagine how suspicious it looks like to Google. So also having a profile of um like all do follow links, it doesn't really make, or it does raise suspicion with the kind of profile that you have. So in terms of do follow, I prefer like 75% are do follow links. No follow, probably 25%, and then 25% will be like the others, like social media mentions, social media links, whichever website tried to backlink you. So yeah, that's how I would categorize it. But yeah, so again, if they give you here and then you have a do follow link, another thing that I want you to check is if the page is indexed. So what does it mean? The reason why people have like these websites, they have a high traffic is because the website is indexed. I also have another video that explains the concept about SEO. I kind of used the word like in comparing internet as like a huge library. So in terms of indexing, this is like if your page is not indexed, then there's no use because it's not going to even pop up in the search engine. So if you're trying to get a backlink, please double check if it's indexed. And one way of checking is try to copy the blog that they mentioned they created a link for, and then on the search type site, SITE. So this is the best thing that you could do in terms of checking if something is indexed. So as you can see here, this page is indexed. So you can assume that this page will be seen by the rest of the other searchers in Google. So that's good. If they say that, for example, I'm just going to invent a page here and I'll enter site. So this is how it will look like if the link that they gave you doesn't have or is not indexed. So technically your blog won't even show up on the website or you're on the searches. So it doesn't really have like it doesn't count for your SEO if the page is unindexed. Okay? So yeah, I guess like that's just like those are the quick points to know. And then perhaps this one, additional one that I could give you. Now, let's say they were able to give you, so you already have like a checklist, right? So number one, they gave you sample backlink. You already checked in SEMrush or whichever tool you're using. They have a proper um authority score. They have a proper traffic. They give do follow links on the blogs that they create or the backlinks that they create. And now you wanted to proceed with getting them to create a backlink for you. So this is what I'm going to say. If they offer you to create 100 links for your website, ideally, the legitimate ones, they would ask that your content is not duplicated with other websites. Again, if someone is legitimate, they prefer that the content that you submit them is only available for them and not available for other websites. So it's one exclusive information that you're giving them. So ideally, if you're going to buy 10 websites, then you'd have to either create 10 blogs or 10 topics for each, or you could ask them if they could also do the writing services for you. Now, again, if this is something that you can verify like they are able to do that, I'm just going to give you a bonus like way on how to think of blog topics that you could relate to. So for example, as I mentioned earlier, you have a software development service. So most likely you're in communication with websites who are creating designs, creating like serving local businesses who want to go online or doing Shopify websites, whichever. So I believe those topics you'll have an easier way relating to. So if you're going to submit topics to them, then that's the best way to go, to find a common topic that's relative for you and for the website that you're trying to create a link for. Now, let's say you have NASDAQ and you have a software development business. So how do you go about finding a relevant topic for you? So if they're asking you to create the topic um, for the blog, so what I suggest is look into the existing pages or the existing topics that they have and see if there's a way for you to relate yourself to them. So for example, with NASDAQ, let's see their topics. So these are more about stocks. But yeah, if you see this, personal finance, a financial advisor who knows what retirees actually do with their savings. Now, you may not be a retiree yet. You may not be someone who, you're not someone in the finance business, but again, you are an entrepreneur. So what I could advise to do is propose something like uh let's say top so you're an entrepreneur, right? So let's say entrepreneurs investing tips, let's say. So this is something like a good topic that you could put out there because it is related to finance and you're also an entrepreneur. So imagine doing this and doing proposing those kinds of topic for them. But yeah, basically the rule is that you have a topic for your website that's also relative to the website that you're trying to build a backlink for. And the reason I'm bringing this is the legitimate ones usually are very concerned on the type of topic that you're putting up on their website. But yeah, if you have any questions, again, feel free to. I guess that's it. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Again, appreciate your engagement with the video and your interest with learning more about SEO. Yeah, see you. I hope this helps and see you in the next video.